Hello friends, welcome back to another session. I am Manju from learnsapintegration.com. Today we are going to discuss on SAP PIPO migration or upgrade. It's just a overview session. Okay, let's start. So agenda of today's session is uh, we are going to check on the introduction of upgrade or migration, and we are going to see what and why. What is migration or what is upgrade, and why are we doing this? And next we are going to see, once we decide we are going to upgrade, then how are we going to do this? After that we are going to see who are all involved while completing this migration or upgrade project. Then we are going to see what all the actual steps, that is a real implementation process. Then we are going to see what are the business benefits. Let's start. In introduction, so what is the software migration process? In any of the IT landscape, this migration means it is a process of moving from the use of one operating environment or software to another operating environment or different software, which does the same process. In most of the cases, we are moving from older environment to latest with better environment. That is the migration. So it can involve either upgrading the existing system to the new version of both hardware as well as software, or both sometimes. And second one is we can migrate from other software vendor as well. For example, suppose I am using Oracle as database for many years. Now I want to move to SAP. In that case, we are migrating from Oracle to SAP. Suppose we are having Microsoft Windows 10 or Windows 7 or previous version, then we are going to upgrade that version to new version, say Windows 10. This is called upgrading to the same vendor into different versions of the software. Okay, let's move on. Now we are going to see what is migration and why are we doing this. Okay, so you understood what is migration and upgrade. Migration is moving the object from one middleware. I'm actually concentrating more on middleware, that is SAP PA and PO. Okay, it is same case with almost all the softwares in IT industry. See, this migration means moving the object from one middleware to another middleware. Suppose I'm using multiple middleware like CBeyond, TIBCO, IBM WebSphere, or Pega, or there are multiple middlewares. Now I am planning to purchase SAP ERP. In that case, I'm planning to migrate from CBeyond to SAP PIPO or IBM WebSphere to SAP PIPO. This is called migrating from one middleware to another middleware. Same way, upgrade is moving from older version of that existing software, in this case existing middleware, to the higher version. For example, I am using PI 7.0. I am trying to move to latest version of PI or PO. That is called latest version is PO 7.5. So this is, or I was using PO dual stack, then I am planning to upgrade it to single stack. That is the latest version. So I hope you understood what is the clear difference between migration as well as upgrade. Okay, let's move on. See now why we are doing this migration or upgrade. Okay, maybe there are multiple reasons. Maybe latest version is having increased speed or improved performance, or in the older system we have created so many things maybe most of the things that we are not using, it has been evolved for years together. Maybe the we can think of cleaning up the old and use the newer version only for required things. Or we can think of simplifying the existing landscape. Maybe always higher version is having a simplified version of the existing things. Or we can learn the new pattern of the way we are going to implement the scenario. And also another important reason is the difference in licensing. For example, if you see SAP PI and PO, and the another one is cloud version of that PI PO is CPI. PI PO, it is a volume based or license based annual maintenance cost we have to give once you buy with certain amount, and each year we have to pay. But this is in the case of PO. But in the case of CPI, it is a subscription model. Whatever you use, you have to pay, or whatever you need, you can request and pay for only that. That is subscription based. This is the main reason one has to move to different vendor or upgrading to different versions. So, if this is required, then what are the challenges? Challenges are it's too difficult to get the system upgraded. See, the old version, we have been using that old version for different process, and now the new version, we need to migrate everything to new version, and we won't be knowing the capability of new version. That's why we are most of the times we are hesitant to move to new version. And the license, as I said, the license is always it's a different way. And and most of the time, once we move the stable system to the new system, always there is a risk of losing the data, or maybe system may not work as expected. That's why it's always risk. That's why people are always hesitant to postpone this migration. And the another challenge is a downtime. Especially suppose if you are upgrading the same system, if you are not having the separate hardware, then the downtime will be really critical for the real running of the business. And also timelines, and of course the cost involved, and there are so many reasons. That's why people are always pushing the migration or upgrade to later days. Now suppose once we understood the real benefit, then we have decided to migrate, then how are we going to do this? Now we need to understand as is landscape of current integration. As a first step, we need to find out the existing landscape of the current integration. For example, now we need to find out volume of for all the interfaces. Maybe current and environment, there are 100 plus or 200, sometimes 500 plus interfaces are running. Then we need to find out the volume. Then we need to see what is used, what can be removed. Maybe some of the interfaces is developed maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Then that business might not be using that interface. In that case, we can think of removing that. And always there are synchronous as well as asynchronous interfaces. Most of the time, synchronous interfaces are very critical and time consuming and uses lots of resources, system resources. In that case, in this analysis, we can think of removing synchronous interfaces if we can have a better approach, or we can execute the same scenario without having the synchronous interfaces. Then we can map the new developed new interfaces to the already used patterns. There is some patterns, say collect patterns or split patterns, or set of IDOCs, no, set of adapters we might have used. Those are the things we need to understand. Then the last one, but not the least, the business criticality. This is very, very important. So suppose some of the interfaces are very, very business critical, then we should be very clearly understand and try to implement the same thing in the new environment. And also sometimes it's time dependency. Suppose there is a year end, there is lot of consolidation happens, and financial, the always there is a financial year end as well as business year end. Those times are very critical. Better to avoid upgrade or migration during this time. The next one is pattern mapping. Say try to see how many synchronous and asynchronous bridges are available, the how many RFC connections are there or web service calls are made from interfaces. So as I said, we'll try to analyze some of the interface might not be used. So can it be removed now? Or is there any chance that we're going to use in the future? Or some of the interfaces we can re-engineer. Suppose earlier there was few limited options available. We were supposed to create the interfaces with limited options. Now maybe the same scenario can be implemented with much easier way. For example, earlier we are using CC/BPM. So it was very complex and time consuming. Now same scenario can be implemented in different way. So avoid the BPM. That is called re-engineering. Can we do this? And some of the things are bottleneck. Bottleneck, as I said, BPMs are always bottleneck. The performance is a major bottleneck in BPM. Can we avoid that or redesign to have a better performance? Or another thing is there will be multiple interfaces connected one after the other. So in this case, can we follow better approach to save resource or save time or improve the performance? And also see some of the interface can be removed, some of the steps can be removed or mode, or can we incorporate ICO or SFTP or B2B add-ons or AS2? These are the things we need to see. In the next session, we are going to see who are going to implement this, how are we planning this, so how are the things are carried out. So thanks for watching. So hope to see you in the next session.